What up, what up, what up, YouTube Live? Mm. Good morning, America. How's it going? Right now it's Friday, October 18th, 2019. Go make sure you check out my reviews of both Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and Zombieland. Double tap on Rama's YouTube channel before you go watch the movies in theater this weekend, okay? All right, so I'm here to talk to you about today's all new episode of Titans. That's right, DC Universe, DC streaming service show Titans. This video contains spoilers. This review is mainly for those of you, my fellow Titans fans, who have also watched today's episode because I'll be spilling some spoilers. I need to discuss this episode thoroughly, and I can't do that without spilling details. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So just heads up again, spoiler alert. This is my review of today's Titans Season 2, Episode 7, titled Bruce Wayne. All right, here we go. I have a few thoughts about this, and I have to get through this real quick because I got laundry to do, and then I'm heading out to San Diego to cover San Diego International Film Festival. So in this episode, because of the title, I was thinking like, oh yes, Ian Glenn will show up again as Bruce Wayne because we haven't seen him since what, episode 1, right? And I don't know about you, but I think Ian Glenn is the perfect fit to play older Bruce Wayne. I mean, he looks the part, man. He has the gravitas. He has class, obviously. Even when he was on Game of Thrones, he had class. He was like crushing on Khaleesi. Unfortunately, he got friend zoned, but that's another topic for another time. But yeah, I was so excited. It's like, yes, we're gonna see Bruce Wayne again. Ian Glenn is awesome. Oh man, what happened? Turns out Bruce Wayne in this episode is just the figment of Dick Grayson's imagination. Hey, to be correct, more like he's more of a conscience. You know what I'm saying? A guilty conscience, even. Because as you know, you probably already put the two and two together by now, and we've seen this coming a mile away, right? That Dick Grayson had something to do with Jericho, Slade Wilson's son. So Slade Wilson is getting back at Dick Grayson and the team. But the reason why Dick Grayson messed with Jericho is because Deathstroke killed one of their own, Aqualad. So it's like an endless chain of vengeance. You get one of my own, I'll get one of your own. Oh, and then it keeps happening again. Retaliation. So, in this episode, Bruce Wayne shows up as the guy that kind of keeps how do you call twisting inside the twisting the thing inside Dick Grayson's stomach, keeps annoying him. It's like, yo, dude, I'm gonna keep bugging you until you tell the truth, until you clear your conscience. That's Bruce Wayne here, and you know what? As I was watching it, I was determining whether or not I liked that, because I was hoping Ian Glenn show up as actual Bruce Wayne, not ghost of or conscience Bruce Wayne. But it's, what? Come to think of it, I think it's understandable. It's understandable, right? Because throughout these past 6 episodes, or at least some of them, I don't know about you, but I kept wondering, why is Dick Grayson going at it on his own? Now, obviously, that's not the first time Dick Grayson ever, just takes things on his own. You know what? I'll take care of it. I don't need a team. But in this season, it's more of that. He's gotten to do more of that. It's like, why? It's getting more prevalent, more than usual, right? It's like this martyrdom thing, this savior complex. What the hell? Now it makes sense because he feels guilty. He feels like, I need to clean my mess up by myself. I'm not gonna drag anybody else down with me. So this episode serves as a way for Dick Grayson to air that out, his demon, if you will, and that demon, that thing that's gnawing at him, it's in the form of Bruce Wayne, which makes sense because Bruce Wayne is the shadow that looms over not just Dick Grayson but Jason Todd and all whoever that Bruce Wayne has taken under his wings as proteges in the past. It's that's usually what happens when I remember I have a mentor that I looked up to. I had a mentor that I looked up to, and I felt like I needed to, I don't know, prove myself to him, or try to do better so he could see it, that kind of stuff. Or like if I don't measure up to that, I felt like shit. So that's what I mean by shadow looming over you. Um, and it's like it's 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 a feeling that you can never reach that contentment. Um, so it's totally understandable why Bruce Wayne is the conscience or the ghost that haunts Dick Grayson. But I tell you this much, and I have this on my note. That scene where Ghost Bruce Wayne, let's just call him Ghost Bruce Wayne, when he starts dancing with those two dancers up on the stage. Remember that scene in this episode? That is weird. That is so weird. That is the equivalence of um Toby Maguire in Spider-Man 3 when he starts dancing on the streets. Remember that? It's like I'm not necessarily a Batman fan. I grew up a Superman fan. But I imagine if I were a Batman fan, seeing Bruce Wayne up on that stage going, I mean, I'm not against dancing, but it's just so weird. I'd be like face palming. Like, oh, shaking my head. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just like if I was a, just like if I was a Spider-Man fan, watching Spider-Man 3, watching Tobey Maguire dancing like that, I'd be like, I would, I mean, I wasn't a Spider-Man fan when Spider-Man 3 came out, but I was like, oh, why are you making a fool of yourself? Uh, Son of Prometheus is here. I did not want to see Batman do a striptease. Right. I don't know about you guys. I think I totally get why the writers did that though, because it goes along with the fact that Bruce Wayne keeps messing with Dick Grayson's head. So him dancing on the stage is like another thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, he shows up, he's messing up with Dick Grayson's conversation with somebody. I get that, but it doesn't take away from the fact that that's just, oh, if you're a Batman fan, you'd be like, oh, why, why, why are you doing this, Bruce? Why are you doing this to yourself? So yeah, it's odd, it's bizarre, it's weird. I cannot unsee it. It's one of those like, oh, I can't unsee it anymore. Uh, but back to seriously here. So you know what? The thing that annoys me the most about this episode, right? This is episode 7. Remember, 7, right? So we're into 7 episodes now in the season 2. And I'm sure I'm not alone when I say this, dude. Really, Deathstroke is one of the most lethal, most highly skilled assassins around ever. And really, it took him 7 episodes to finally infiltrate the tower. Come on, come on. So the whole revelation of like, oh, Deathstroke's been there all along, taking photos of them, like it. My point is that it makes Deathstroke seem incompetent. Like, really, it took him 7 episodes. He Deathstroke would have done it like in episode 3 or 2, or maybe even like episode one. He would have found the tower and be like, try to take down all of them. Um, but you can argue probably, hey Rama, maybe he wants to marinate it. Maybe just like Bruce Wayne did to Dick Grayson, he Deathstroke also wants to mess with their heads. That's why he's putting all those stuffs, those objects. I don't know. I'm just saying that Deathstroke is not um, that kind of character. So for the writers to for the writers to have him sidelined, to sideline Deathstroke, it's as if making him as if Deathstroke is not skilled enough to track down where because freaking a man. Titans did not go anywhere these past 6 episodes. They were just hanging out in the tower the whole time, eating cereal, eating. I mean, like, dude, if I were them, right? All I did was like them, like eating cereal all day, hanging about, just even Rose is not doing anything. I'll be like, good. I would be getting fat by now. Okay, I'm surprised that none of them got fat already these past 6 episodes. Son of Prometheus says there's too much filler and not enough killer this season. Exactly, exactly. There's too many downtimes, man. Too many filler episodes. I get that they had to introduce Connor, because they have to bring in Connor in. They promised to bring Connor in for this season. But oh man, here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. Maybe you can disagree with me on this, but I there may be too many characters on this show. It goes to what I said earlier. People are just hanging about doing nothing. And then like last episode, oh no, I'm sorry, 2 episodes ago. Do you remember when Raven uh, inadvertently killed Rose, and then Rose kind of fixed herself up? And remember how guilty Raven was, how guilty Raven felt. Right after, like, oh my God, what did I just do? And then she ran, right? And then there was no resolve to that. We had Connor, and then today was Jason's episode, and then the Raven just showed up for a couple of scenes of helping, Connor and blaming Jason. It's just like I think there's just too many characters, and for a show that only has what 13 episodes or so, I don't know, man. I feel like we're getting to the point where there may not be enough shared screen time. I mean, they're already sidelining Deathstroke anyway. We barely see Deathstroke. Now we don't get to see the resolve of some of the stories of these characters. Like there's no you know um conclusion to Raven feeling guilty about what she did to Rose, and that's for an example. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you disagree with me, but that's how I feel. And just a bunch of characters hanging about, like hanging around in the tower. We see episodes like them at night around the kitchen island, drinking wine, and then them in the morning eating cereal. And I'm like, come on, come on, where is this going? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, exactly, Son of Prometheus. It's like they don't know if the show is an ensemble or a one character driven show. Um, if it's an ensemble, then make it an ensemble. Spread the love around. And it seems like the writers in this new season, I don't know if they're new writing team, but they don't seem to know how to navigate these characters. And so that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Let's go to the next topic here. I have on my notes. Oh, let's talk about Connor. So Connor's healing up, right, in this episode. Coriander and Raven obviously got to help him heal with the help of Eve, Dr. Eve. Just one quick comment. One quick comment about that. Crypto is awesome. Can we agree that Crypto is freaking awesome? And what cracks me up about that scene when Dr. Eve busts Crypto out of Crypto's prison. It's a cool scene, don't get me wrong, but how on earth does Dr. Eve hang on or hold on to Crypto as they're flying. Because she takes off the collar, right? The kryptonite collar off of Crypto. So how the hell does she hang on for dear life as she's flying with Crypto? I just, man, I would be, my hands would be slipping off. I'd be falling, and then Crypto has to like fly down and save my ass again. I know, Rama. You got to suspend, your disbelief a little bit. It's just a TV show, but it's still, man, that Dr. Eve must have some hell of a grip on her. But that's a cool scene, though. That's a cool scene. I gotta admit, her flying with Crypto. That, I mean, I would want to fly with Crypto, but I'm afraid that my hands will slip off during the flight, and I'll fall to my death. uh, but yeah, Connor's healing up. That's cool. There's not much to comment about that, except that Coriander and Raven kind of help out a little bit. My last topic, my third one, because it's a big chunk of this episode. In addition to Bruce Wayne, you know, messing with Dick Grayson's head, Jason Todd, trauma, PTSD from falling off the building. See, see, that's good, right? I think this is appropriate because that just happened to him last episode. Um, but the after effect or the aftermath of Raven killing Rose, there was none of that. So that was just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna treat it like it never happened, and Rose just moved on. Psh. But Jason, they actually dealt with it, and that's appropriate. And in this process, Rose is helping him out because Rose is like, hey, you know what? Welcome to the club of people that Deathstroke tries to hunt. It's a small club, but yeah, I get what you're feeling, man. And in this scene in the room, right before Rose finds out that Dick has Jericho's record, come on, you gotta admit, Rose is feeling horny in that room, man. She is horny as hell, and I don't know if that's the right cure for trauma. She's like, hey, oh, Deathstroke tried to kill you. Deathstroke tried to kill me too. Let's fuck. I don't know if that heals anybody's PTSD, but man, she was going at it like, oh, what's her line? Oh, you trying to kick me out? And he says, I was trying to, and she says, you know what? Let's just see where this is going. And then the next scene, she's like dancing, all sexy. It's like, and then they kiss, and then he's like, oh, I'm not feeling it. Still, of course, he still got that trauma, but it just cracks me up that the idea of, oh, maybe Rose is feeling lonely, wants a guy's company, and maybe she finds the fact that Jason almost got killed by Deathstroke hot. I don't know, man. I feel like it's so misplaced. The feeling that she may or may not have about him, it's like out of place. Like, really, this is what you're giving us, the writers of Titans, really? Son of Prometheus says, I keep hearing "Let's Get It On" music during that scene. Yes, right. I gotta give credit though to the lady who, or the actress who plays Rose. She's also in the new series Daybreak. It comes out next week on Netflix. I've seen it. It's a fantastic zombie apocalypse series. Um, I gotta give credit because she busts a move. She knows how to dance in a way that lures you. That doesn't send mixed signals. It was so clear as day. That's what I'm trying to say. So I feel like it's kind of shitty for the rest of the Titans teams to be keep blaming Jason for everything. I get that Jason has been a dick in the past, No pun intended, Dick Grayson. But really, that was a little too much. When Raven's like, "Why'd you put crosses on my mirror?" I feel like it's not warranted. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy almost fell to his death, and like he had time to drop crucifix on your mirror. It doesn't seem like it's warranted. The that whole scene when all of the gang, Donna Troy, Raven, Dawn, Hank, they start blaming Jason. It's like all of a sudden they don't have empathy for him. Like a few episodes ago, they were so concerned for him. They were like, "Oh, we gotta save Jason," and now they're like ganging up on him. I feel like, again, that it goes to the imbalance in the writing of this season two. um and the characters are out of place, or I'm sorry, the characters are out of characters. There you go, that's what I'm trying to say. And the horniness is misplaced. It feels like the writers of this season are having a hard time trying to trying to position they're having a hard time trying to position Titans within their dilemmas, and how they're affected by it, and how they affect each other. It's not really well. It's not really well thought out. That's not really well thought out. I don't want to say that this season is bad per se. It's not Swamp Thing, but it's definitely not season one Titans. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in conclusion, to the writers of Titans season two, get your shit together, man. Get your shit together, because you guys are all over the place here. you guys, you guys are not making it really, really well for us, the audience, because we can see that the mess is happening right in front of our eyes as we're watching the episodes. Um, there you go, Son of Prometheus. You says it better than I do. They don't know how to position their pieces on the chessboard. Exactly, they don't know how to position. It is just like, and we're on episode 7, so there's what, yeah, six episodes left. So around that, come on, you got to get your shit together here, because you don't want to be uh known as the guys. I'm talking about the writers, of course, as the guys who gave us a terrible season 2 Titans. So yeah, those are my thoughts about this episode. Maybe next time that we see Bruce Wayne again, he won't be a ghost or figment of imagination or conscience. It'd be nice to see Ian Glenn as Bruce Wayne again another time, one more time before the season ends, but really physically as Bruce Wayne. That'd be pretty cool. One positive note, real quick, is that it's good that Dick Grayson airs it out. Being honest to Jason, that's like, I killed Jericho. That's good, because now we can move on, and maybe Dick Grayson could how do you call that? Could actually be a better mentor for these young ones, for Gar, Raven, and Jason, as opposed to just some guy that's giving them tough love and a hard time all the time. And so yeah, that's one positive note I have about this episode. Other than that, writers of Titan season 2, get your shit together, man. Get your shit together. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in on this live review of Titan Season 2, Episode 7. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Press that like button, ring that bell, and if you can help support me, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. Thank you, Son of Prometheus, for chatting with me. And all y'all, let's rock this.